What's good YouTube? Welcome back sa channel, Jacob Alava. Kung bago kayo dito, this channel is all about fitness, health, lifestyle, and self-development. So today's video, common mistakes Filipinos make when it comes to fitness, dieting. Kasi guys, I had a conversation with a friend recently, tapos nabanggit niya na ang dami pa ring misinformation na kumakalat in terms of the fitness scene dito sa Philippines. And I'm here to share with you some of these things na for me, kailangan na natin baguhin yung lalo na yung mindset natin towards these things. Starting with number one, usually sa mga baguhan or inexperienced, a lot of Filipinos look for shortcuts. When I say shortcuts, gusto ko yung mabilis na resulta, gusto ko pumayat ng mabilis, gusto ko mag-bulk up ng mabilis. We live in a day and age na sobrang easily accessible na lahat. Information, kung magsa-search ka lang online, makakita mo kagad yung resulta. May mga lumalapit sa akin, tinatanong, paano ako pumayat in just 1 month? They want to lose as much fat as possible within the shortest time frame possible. Lahat tayo gusto maging fit and healthy agad. Pero I'm telling you guys, hindi siya mabilis na proseso. Sinabi ko na to sa previous videos ko. Imagine mo kung gaano mo katagal ginain, for example, yung body fat mo. Hindi basta-basta ganun kabilis malulus yun. So instead na hanapin natin yung shortcuts, intindihan natin how weight loss and fat loss work. At the same time, fall in love with the process and the journey. Instead na gusto mo lang makuha yung resulta in the shortest amount of time possible. Number 2, dinidemonize pa rin natin ang carbs, specifically kanin. Hindi ko sure kung Pilipino lang. Iniisip natin carbs, sugar, yun yung nakakataba. Pero in fact, hindi naman necessarily sa carbs lang. That's your overall calorie consumption. Kahit di ka mag-rice, pero ang dami mo namang kinakain ulam, tsaka yung fat mo sobrang taas, and you go above your caloric needs, hindi ka talaga papayat or hindi ka maglo-lose ng weight. Stop demonizing carbs, specifically rice. 2025 na guys. Number 3, refusal to learn about nutrition. So instead na matuto ang mga Pilipino how nutrition works, how calories and macronutrients work, mas pipiliin pa nilang mag-demonize ng food groups, just what I've said. Kung gusto mo pumayat, magtanggal ka ng kanin, magtanggal ka ng carbs. So instead na intindihin nila yung nutrition, mas pinipili nila yung for them easier way out na magtanggal ng food group. But in the long run guys, mas mahirap yun. Kasi hindi naman habang buhay magtatanggal ka ng kanin or ng carbs eh. Naintindihan ko naman na maraming na-overwhelm kung paano ang calories, macronutrients, yung proper nutrition. Check these videos out. They'll just take a few minutes of your time, pero marami kayong matututunan and mas maintindihan nyo how the whole fat loss or muscle gain process works. Number 4 is not tracking actual progress. May mga kakilala ko, try sila mag-diet, check lang nila yung weight nila. Pag bumagsak na yan 2 to 3 pounds, minsan nakakontento na sila. I don't want people to get used to just measuring their progress based sa scale lang kasi marami pang factors involved. Your body composition, your look, how you feel, your measurement sa katawan, sa waist, sa legs, sa hips, lahat yan. This will give you a much more objective measure of progress. Baka kala mo pumayat ka pero water weight lang pala yung na-lose mo, diba? So no actual fat loss happened. So if you just base it off one thing, mas mahirap mong mag-gauge yung real progress or improvements na nagawa mo. Number 5, sa mga gusto magpapayat dyan, yung laging nagka-crash diet. Kasi there are some people, they view crash dieting as the only solution to weight loss and fat loss. Related siya sa sinabi ko kanina na gusto mabilisan, tsaka nagde-demonize ng food groups kasi kung nagka-crash diet ka, binabagsak mo lang talaga yung calories mo. Iba nagtatanggal ng carbs, nagtatanggal ng rice. So, dinedeprive nila yung sarili nila of an important macronutrient such as carbs, which can be harmful. Kaya minsan may napapagod or nag-give up agad sa diet kasi napaka-unsustainable. Ako, I do flexible dieting. I track my macros. I have a video over here para maintindihan nyo how to do it. Kasi there are other solutions. Kahit hindi mo naman gusto mag-track ng calories and macros, there will be other solutions other than crash dieting. Sa Pilipinas, once makita yan ng balita na itong artistang to nag-crash diet, ang laki ng pinayat, susundan na nila. So mag-ingat tayo sa ganun. Number 6, napaka-inconsistent sa workout or activity schedule. So madalas natin naririnig lalo na kapag New Year yung balik alindog, diba? Ibig sabihin nun, matagal nag-stop yung tao dun sa exercise or even increasing activity such as walking, tagal nilang tinigil yun kasi gusto nilang bumawi. Now that sets you up for failure kasi it's always more difficult to start again as opposed to kung regular mo na siyang ginagawa. So commonly nakikita ko, some people nakikita ko nag-exercise yan every day, 1 week, pag second week na, 3 times na lang, tapos pag third week na, wala na. So, nagpo-fall off na. This leads to a vicious cycle. Kasi pag tagal, the longer na magtuloy-tuloy ka na walang exercise, masasana yung katawan mo. Tapos mahirap ulit simulan. So, nagiging yo-yo yung exercise patterns ng mga tao. What I suggest, at least 3 to 4 times a week, kahit may regular exercise ka, which could be cardio, could be weight training, kahit something you enjoy. Kahit nga yung simpleng walking malaking bagay na yan. Mag-set ka lang sa sarili mo ng step targets, try mo i-hit araw-araw, or kahit kung di man araw-araw, at least consistently, mga 3 to 4 times per week. Number 7, ito nakikita ko madalas sa mga baguhan na nag-gym, getting into the fitness, healthy lifestyle, over-reliance on supplements. Iniisip ng mga tao, lalo na sa mga baguhan, ang supplement ang magiging game changer sa fitness nila. Nung bago rin ako, yan din yung iniisip ko. Kala ko kung mag-whey protein ako, lalaki ako agad. These supplements are just there to aid you. At the end of the day, you still have to put in the work, nutrition, training, sleep, activity, with or without supplements. Kung magawa mo yung 4 na yun na maayos, magkakaresulta ka. So yung supplements, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-rank above nutrition, training, activity, and sleep. It will only support your journey. Pero hindi siya yung dapat mong i-prioritize. Number 8, not getting enough protein. When I say more protein, kahit mga 0.6 nga lang to 0.8 grams of protein per body weight. That's enough. Hindi kailangan yung ginagawa ng mga ibang tao na nagto 250 plus 300 grams protein tapos mga 150 pounds lang sila. Anything taken in excess naman can be harmful sa atin. Marami pa rin mga Pilipino, halos walang protein yung mga diet nila. It's either fear or lack of knowledge lang. Protein is one very important macronutrient sa katawan natin. Sa typical Filipino diet, napaka-konti ng protein. Usually pa, yung mga protein na kasama natin, yung hinahaluan ng oil, deep fried, also not the healthiest. So maganda kung masanay tayo. Even just a little bit, angat natin yung protein intake natin. Makakatulong na to sa body composition natin and potentially even help us build new muscle and preserve muscle. Lalo na kung nag-weight training pa tayo or may physical activity na involved. Number 9, ito napaka-common nito, excessive focus on spot reduction. Ibig sabihin lang nito, dahil kulang pa nga sa knowledge yung mga tao, tinatanong lagi, paano ba lumiit yung braso ko? Anong workout ang magagawa ko para lumiit yung tiyan ko? Walang specific workout ang makakapagpaliit ng tiyan mo or makakapagpababa ng fat mo because that is really based on the calories that you get in and the calories that you put out. Walang spot reduction. So ibig sabihin, kung naka-calorie deficit ka, getting enough protein, after a prolonged period of time, slowly makikita mo magbabago yung body composition mo. Now, the weight training will help build the muscles sa certain parts. So for example, kung gusto mo lumaki yung biceps mo, di magba-bicep curls ka, for example. Tapos, pag mag-calorie deficit ka, mag-cut down ka, doon marireveal yung cuts doon sa biceps mo. And that's how you get the toned look na laging hinahanap, more specifically ng mga babae. So when you build muscle, may layer of fat pa yan. Hindi siya one-time process na kung nagbuhat ka ng bicep curls, lalaki yung bicep mo at mawawala yung taba sa braso mo. So stop focusing too much on the idea na kayang mag-spot reduce. Number 10, following social media trends blindly. So, parang nga yung sinabi ko kanina, porket nag-diet tong artistang to, kunyari nag-500 calories lang siya, gagayahin na ng mga tao without further knowledge, without further understanding. Delikado to kasi you might think na ito yung tama or ito lang yung only way. Kasi ito yung ginagawa nung nakikita ko sa media or social media, dapat ginagawa ko rin. Yan din with the workouts. There are some people, pag nag-workout sila, syempre pinapakita nila highlight reel sa social media, yung mga workouts na exciting. If for example, your goal is to build muscle, hindi naman yung mga random crazy workouts yung magpapalaki sa inyo. Basics done correctly are enough. So truth be told, ako when I built most of my muscle mass, hindi naman yun yung mga exercises na super exciting panoorin eh. It's the same old boring exercises na ginandahan ko lang yung form and technique habang bumibigat yung weight. So be vigilant kung kanino nyo kukopyahin yung workout or yung diet or nutrition nyo. Kasi when it comes to fitness, walang one size fits all. Fitness is a journey. So kailangan mo hanapin what will work for you and what is sustainable for you. Whether it be nutrition or training. This is just part 1 of 10 things na na-observe ko and marami ring nagsasabi sa akin about na I think pwede nating baguhin to help us with our fitness goals. Alam ko, dito sa Philippines, hindi pa tayo ganun ka-educated, whether it is nutrition or exercising. These mistakes can be addressed by proper education, even guidance from a fitness professional. So, yun lang guys. Sorry na tagalan tong video na to. I got sick after the last video, tapos nahirapan ako mag-rebuild ng momentum. Pero stay tuned for part 2, kasi mas marami pa tayong pwedeng i-tackle na common fitness mistakes na ginagawa ng mga Pilipino. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.